Writing skill of the week, I said, play with the words. Let the words dance. What do I mean by that? I want to read you a couple of great passages that have examples of words playing, right? This is from Charlotte's Web by E.B. White. Mr. Zuckerman had the best swing in the county. It was a single long piece of heavy rope tied to the beam over the north doorway. At the bottom end of the rope was a fat knot to sit on. It was arranged so that you could swing without being pushed. You climbed a ladder to the hayloft, then, holding the rope, you stood at the edge and looked down and were scared and dizzy. Then you straddled the knot so that it acted as a seat. Then you got up all your nerve, took a deep breath, and jumped. For a second you seemed to be falling to the barn floor far below, but then suddenly the rope would begin to catch you, and you would sail through the barn door going a mile a minute with the wind whistling in your eyes and ears and hair. Then you would zoom upward into the sky and look up at the clouds, and the rope would twist, and you would twist and turn with the rope. Then you would drop down, down, down out of the sky and come sailing back into the barn, almost into the hayloft. Then sail out again, not quite so far this time. Then in again, not quite so high. Then out again, then in again, then out, then in. And then you jump off and fall down and let somebody else try it. Mothers for miles around worried about Zuckerman's swing. Now, what's cool and playful about that? You notice on the first arc of a swing, that's the longest arc. So as he's describing the first arc of the swing, that's the longest sentence. That's what, 4.5 lines? And then 2.5. And then a little over 2 for the next part of the swing. Then sail out again, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 words. 7 words, 3 words, 3 words, 2 words, 2 words. It's like the swing exactly. The words demonstrate the effect of the swing. He didn't have to do that. He could just describe that in all the same length sentences. But it gave us the feeling of swinging. And that's what I mean by play. Let's get another example. Okay, so you can do that with the rhythm of what you're saying. Let's get another example. And now that you have noticed, now that you have found what makes you gasp as the story unfolds, what wakes you up with joy, now you know what, so what, now what, feet to the fire, jot, think, plan, tell, meet the mentor, write, cross the threshold, delete, sift, shift, read, draw the map, write, delete, search, post, listen, exchange, find, sort, step off the path, bleed, sweat, weep, because if there are not tears on your face, you are missing the point. Write, delete, resonate, name the dragon, yearn, critique, receive, and hold in your heart that critique this deep can only be given by one who believes in you. Turn around and encourage, step off the map. Write, 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 and armed with courage like a machete and with your battle cry, go into the jungle you have made until all that remains are the beautiful bones, the granite outcroppings, the vein of gold revealed, the one that was yours to find and shape and bring into the light. This was part of a graduation speech. And the writer, number one, like the Charlotte's Web scene, uses the pace of the words to imitate the crazy pace of life of preparing your thesis for graduate school, right? It gets, now that you've noticed, and it speeds up, and then all of a sudden it's absolutely relentless with verb, 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 verb. My goodness, this sentence goes from there to there and is actually grammatically correct. Whoa. So number one, there's the pace. It gets faster, 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 faster. And finally, the last part of creating a graduation thesis, it's a big step, and it slows down, and finally you're done. Whoa. Okay, so pacing. Number two, this writer did a little bit of very interesting rhyme play. And it was delivered at a conference where the day before the keynote speaker had been talking about rap and how cool it is and how it sounds in our ears. And so the writer who gave this speech said, now you know what, so what, now what. You hear that playing with the sound? Now, no, so, now, and the what. Um, so it's not quite a rhyme, but it's making the words call on each other. Does that make any sense? I hope it makes some sense. It's making the words reflect each other. You might play with the words by rhyming. Like, how many of you have a dog or a cat or a child that, they're all the same part of your brain, and then you call them things that rhyme? Um, Sometimes I call my daughter Valcarunia, which makes no sense at all. And then once I've called her that, I can call her my Petunia. And that's just because the words sound pretty. We are meant to be talking to each other and hearing each other's voices. So there's rhyme, there's pace, there's this words reflecting each other. Oh, another. I want you to try it in your shitty first draft because sometimes they're awful. You got to practice them. But you'll be able to do it.